All right, sorry, Mr. Phillip was bothering us in the back. Y'all can thank Mr. Phillip for us being late. Say, thank you, Mr. Phillip. Yeah. Mr. Phillip, ruining things again. That's how I feel about it. I don't know how you feel about it.
I'm staying out of it.
I feel it. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah, you're going to sneak out the back. Oh, where are you going? Oh, okay. Yeah, see that? He's scared. All right. We are going to start off with a little activity. Does that work out all right?
I think so.
All right, here we go.
I think so.
Let's pop it up on the screen. We've got a little activity for you called Bananas for Scale. Who in here loves bananas, first of all? Who in here loves bananas? Who hates bananas? Is there anyone that hates? What?
Wrong.
There's actual people that hate bananas? Wow. Banana flavor what? They're worse? What?
I'm
What?
50-50 about it.
You're 50-50?
Yeah, they're all right. They can be too sweet sometimes, you know.
Wow. I have never heard people disliking bananas so much. All right. Who has ever held a banana, though? You've held a banana, right? Everybody's pretty much held a banana. Okay. So you pretty much, I want you to think about how much it weighs. Okay? I want you to think about how much that weighs. Okay? Are you feeling it? Okay? Feeling your hand? So this is what we're going to do. Let's pop up the first one on the screen. This is how this is going to work. We get the first one up on the screen. Here we go. How many bananas high is a 6 foot tall person? So you got to make your guess. 13
High.
or 10.
So we're talking like stacking bananas?
If you stack the banana end to end,
I was gonna say
how
long
many?
Ways or
No, it's definitely going to be, long ways.
Long ways? Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Would you say it's 13 or 10? What do y'all think? 13 or 10? Just shout out your answer. 13, 10, 10.
I heard a 10.
Okay.
Anyone?
10.
Another
Okay.
10?
I would think they're about, if I had to guess, it'd probably be like 8 inches tall, maybe, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
8?
I don't know,
8 times 10, 80 inches.
You know what? I'm going to go with 13.
I'm feeling the 13. All right, let's see. Let's pop the answer. The answer is 10. We're wrong.
Oh, man.
Totes wrong.
Dang.
Okay. Very good. All right. 10.
All right.
All right, here we go. Let's go to the next one. This is the scale of bananas. Okay, go ahead and read that one.
All right. How much does 10 Big Macs weigh in bananas?
Ooh.
10 Big Macs, not 110.
Ooh. You know who loves bananas?
Who?
The Minions. The Minions love bananas.
Yeah, they do.
I love the Minions. Who in here loves the Minions? Do people love the Minions? Banana. They say bananas. All right. 10 Big Macs weighs how many in bananas? A Big Mac, I would think, is kind of hefty, right? I mean,
it's a good
it's
weight.
2 patties,
Yeah.
3 pieces of bread.
Yeah, it's a good weight.
I would
know,
like to
though.
think 20.
Yeah?
I would like to
know.
think
I
20.
I think I'm going to go with 12.
You think so?
I think I'm going to go the other way.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to say 20 on this one. All right, 12 or 20. Here we go. Answer is 20. Okay.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
I finally got one right.
I don't know my bananas, apparently.
I am a
so.
banana expert. All right, let's go to the next one. What you got? Go ahead.
Ready?
Go ahead.
Okay. How many bananas long is a school bus?
Ooh.
Like
What
just-
type of school bus? The regular kind.
Yeah, the yellow kind.
The yellow one.
The one where if you hit a bump, you go like 4
Oh,
feet in
it's
the
probably the
air.
school bus that holds people. It's probably the school bus that holds people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go with the
Normal.
regular school bus.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the magic school bus. Because sometimes that shrinks.
That's true.
And
That
sometimes
is
it gets
true.
large.
There's many forms.
How many long is a school bus? Well, a 6-foot tall person is 10 bananas.
That's true.
So I would think it'd be like 4 people long, 24.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think I'm
Thinking
I'm gonna go
100.
with 100. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
What you think? I'm thinking 60.
Y'all thinking 60?
Maybe. I'm just supposing. We're on a banana scale here, okay? Banana scale.
He's
Banana.
obviously the banana expert.
Banana.
So.
We didn't know you took banana so seriously. Let's calm down, sir. Sir, let's calm. Karen, chill out, okay? We got a banana Karen over here, people. Banana Karen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm thinking 60.
You're going 60? I'm going to go 100.
Answer is
Oh
yes.
my God.
Banana expert right here. Banana Karen.
Obviously.
I need to see your manager. They're out back. All right, next. Let's go to the next one.
All right. How much does a zebra weigh in bananas?
Ooh, I like this.
Oh gosh, I have no clue.
How much does a zebra weigh in bananas? Go ahead, Riley, ask me. What kind of zebra? An African zebra. The one,
Oh God.
is the zebra black with white stripes or white with black stripes is my first question. How do you know? You don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm thinking black and white. I
Okay.
think so, yeah. All right. So
1940 or 3086? What do you think? How many bananas does it take to equal a zebra? What do y'all think? Okay.
1,000.
Okay.
Okay. So I think
What
the
are you
majority
guessing?
said
You haven't
3,000.
got one run
I
right
don't
yet.
know, man.
So whatever you guess, I'm going opposite. What do you think it
Okay.
is?
All right. You know what? I'm gonna go with the 3,000.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yep.
1940 then. Okay. Answer is
I'm done.
Hey.
Okay.
you're undefeated.
That's right.
And
I'm
wrong
the
answers.
undefeated loser.
So now I guarantee you try not to get any right.
all right.
And now you'll start getting them
Yeah.
right. Here you
All
go.
right.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Banana scale. How many bananas high is the Statue of Liberty? How many bananas high is the Statue? And Statue of Liberty was gifted at us by who? What country? That is correct. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. France?
France? What?
France.
France.
They gave us the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. What do y'all think?
What do you think?
thinking?
What do you think? I think more importantly, we want to know what do you think? Because then we could go opposite. Okay, this is what I want you to
Man,
do.
Big pressure.
This
You're
is
gonna
what
get
I
it
want you to
wrong.
do. I
Uh-huh.
want you to think of what your gut tells you and then go
Okay.
opposite.
Okay.
So which one would you think you'd guess?
Okay, I would think I would guess the 600.
600. So you're going to go with
259.
259. I'll say 600.
Okay, all right.
Answer
All right.
is yes.
I can't tell whether to be
See?
happy or sad.
This is
Sad
what
that
it
I
is.
couldn't
Go
lose all of them,
opposite.
but, right.
You need
Yep,
to go
exactly,
opposite.
Exactly.
This is perfect. You need to go opposite.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do one more. Let's do one more banana scale. One more banana scale. Let's see. One more. There it is.
All right. How many bananas away is the moon?
I like this.
I can't even read those numbers.
like
I'm being
this.
completely honest. I can't read those numbers.
You know, as the earth rotates around the moon, I've never thought about that question. Never thought about it. How many bananas away is the moon?
Okay. I gotta think. Okay.
I mean, the moon is the center of our universe. We all know that.
You know what? My gut is saying the left. I cannot read those numbers. By the
So
way.
your gut says
that one.
2 billion.
Right.
So you're going to go with
So I'm gonna go
103
with
billion.
103 billion. I feel
Okay.
like that's wrong, but you know
Okay.
what? It worked last time, so I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
So
What-
you're
what
going
do
with
you-
103.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Okay, here we go. Answer is
The only time I should have gone like the only time, of course, the only time.
way to go. Way to go. All right. Hopefully you
right.
did better than Alana here. Hopefully you did way better. That was our banana scale. Hey, welcome to Northside students tonight. Hey, we're glad you're here. What do you think, Alana? You think?
Yeah.
Are you glad they're here?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
I think
Hey.
so.
Why
Are you
don't
guys
do we
glad
have
you're here?
any first-time guests or someone who's not been in a super duper amount of time? Anybody? You first-time guest? You not? Perfect. We come on up. We got a little something for you. Give it up for our haven't been here in a really long time person. All right, we're going to let you pick any candy that you would like. All you have to do is dance for 10 seconds. Let's get that music
Think of
ready.
it
No, I'm just
hard. Think
kidding.
of
I'm
which
just
dance you
kidding.
wanna do.
She's like, you know what? I don't like candy that much. All right, just tell us, what's your name? Belen. Okay, Belen. And what school do you go to? Trask Middle School. And what grade? 7th grade. Y'all welcome Belena. She's picking out some candy tonight. You can pick out anything you want. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
We're glad you're here. Man, always taking them Reese's, man. Do we have another one?
I think we have another one.
Yeah,
I think
come
I
on.
see one.
Come on
Yeah.
up. He was like, you know what? I like candy. Come on up. Is this your first time or has it been a long time? It's been like a year. That's been a long time, man.
Yeah, that
All
is
right,
a
what's
long
your name?
time.
Nathan. All right, nice to have you, Nathan. And what school you go to? Laney High School,
all
which
right.
I'd like to say is JV squad 4-0. Just beat Hoggard, no big deal. Maybe Sean here, he plays for him. And what grade are you in? 9th grade. Nathan, thanks for coming, everybody. Give it up for Nathan coming out
Yeah.
tonight. He went with the Kit Kat. He went with the Kit Kat. I'd have gone Reese's all day. Anybody else like me, you definitely would have gone Reese's. Yeah, I love peanut butter. Love it. Love it. All right.
All right.
Cool deal. I think we're ready for the game.
I think so too. I think so. I think that's a good warm up.
Do you want to do high school versus middle school or boys versus girls? What would you like to do?
That's a hard question. What
Well-
do you guys think? What do you guys think? Y'all think that
Boys
y'all-
versus girls or high school versus middle school? What are we doing? So,
Okay, I think I'm hearing high school versus middle school.
high school
then.
versus middle school. I want you to pick a middle schooler. Let's see. What middle schooler would like to play in a game tonight and you get a chance to earn a prize? Middle school, one middle schooler,
all
a middle
right.
schooler. Will you pick any middle schooler you'd like, there,
I don't
Alana?
know. Homegirl back there is looking like she's ready to jump out.
She
of
may
her
just need to
seat.
pee. She's jumping
Yeah.
around a lot. Do you need to go to the bathroom? You know, no? Okay, yeah, you can come on up. All right, and now we need a high schooler to go against our rambunctious, full of energy middle schooler. You got some peeps around here? You got some peeps? Yeah? I'm kind of liking this one over here. I don't know if I've had her on stage before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about
You
want
want to take her on? Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Come on up. All right, high school versus middle school. All right, this is going to be good. We're going to play a game we like to call GIF charades.
GIF.
It's
GIF.
so, why do we do this every time? It's GIF.
You know why? It's because you're wrong. That's
It's
why.
GIF.
No. Oh my gosh.
Did anybody look it up last time and see that I was correct? It's GIF. It's GIF. Why you gotta be wrong? Come
Why
on.
you gotta be wrong? See?
Come on.
If you were wrong, this would
Jif
be coming up
charades.
every time.
All right, fine. This is what we're going to do. How we play Jif charades is very simple. You ladies, we'll call you up one at a time. You're going to watch the crowd. The crowd is going to act out whatever Jif is on the screen. Then we will tell you to turn around, and you will have 3 options, and you have to pick the correct one. Okay? Very simple to play. Jif charades.
Woo-woo.
All right. Oh, they popped it back up when I did it. It's time to play Jif charades. No, didn't do it that time. All right, very good. All right, excellent. All right, who would like to go first? High school, middle school? Who wants to go first? Let's go for it. You want to go? Oh, high school. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Ooh, she ready.
All right, here we go. So you're going to keep looking forward. We're going to play a GIF. Everyone, you got to act out what's going on. Here we go. Let's play that GIF. GIF. That's definitely not GIF.
No.
There it is. All right, everybody, act it out. Act it out. Everybody, act it out. Everybody's
Hey, let me
acting
see
it out.
Let me see it.
Don't look yet. You just keep watching them. You just keep watching the crowd.
Yep,
They're
yep.
trying to help you out. They're
Yep.
trying to tell you what it is. This is a great GIF. All right, you may turn around and look at the screen. Do you believe it is A, B, or C? A, B, or C? Which do you believe it is? Which do you think it is? A, B, or C? You going with which one? She's going with A. Do you know, first of all, do you know who that is in A? What show that's from? Saved by the Bell is correct.
Yes,
Okay, I got a little
ma'am.
nervous. All right, if you notice in Saved by the Bell, the guy in the middle screech, he actually passed away like a month ago.
Really?
Dustin Diamond, yep,
Nice.
Dustin Diamond. Second most famous Dustin ever. All right, is it A, B, or C? The correct answer is A. Congratulations, yes.
Nice work. Nice work.
And we're going to play the first 1 to 3 points as wins, okay? First 1 to 3. All right, now you get to step forward middle school. All right, here we go. Let's get our next GIF up on the screen. Y'all get ready to act it out for her. Act it out. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I like this. Okay, it's a good GIF.
Okay.
It's a good
Okay.
GIF. But pay attention. Pay attention. Okay, very good. Everybody do it. Okay, good. I don't know what Janelle's doing. I don't know what. Don't pay attention to her, because you'll get it wrong. I guarantee you. Yeah. All right, now you get turn around. Turn around. Do you believe it's A, B, or C? A, B, C. Who do you think it is? She's going with B.
B. I like his
B.
glasses.
Answer is C.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Never pick
Wow.
fake news. That's what that teaches you. Never pick fake news. Did I throw that out? I knew there it is. Y'all like, who is it? Don't worry about it. All right. You may step forward. We're going to the next. It's 1 zip.
All right,
High school in the
let's
lead.
go.
Let's get that next GIF on the screen. Yeah, I'm saying GIF especially hard. GIF.
Not even
Jif.
gonna argue. Not even gonna argue.
Okay, here we go. Here, oh. Here we go. Yes. This is, I love these. Yes. This is like some of the most epic things in movies right here. That's all I'm saying. All right, turn around. A, B, or C.
no.
Which do you think it is? A, B, or C? Which is the correct GIF? She's going with B. The answer is B. Wow.
Ooh, nice.
I tell you what, she's a great GIF reader.
Yeah.
Great GIF reader. Great with GIFs. Going forward. All right, hey, listen. I'm not going to tell you that you need this one, but you need it. Okay, I'm just going to say
No
that.
pressure.
Let's
No
get our
pressure at
next one
all.
ready. Hey, don't worry that, you might be embarrassed in front of everybody. Don't worry about that. Don't let the pressure overwhelm you, okay? Don't be kicking at me. All right, here we go. Here it is. All right, oh, there it is. Everybody act it out. I'll give you even a hint. This guy's famous for doing some really good impressions. This guy does some great
I
impressions.
just love how fake everyone's
I'm telling you.
laughter is
All right,
right
turn
now.
around. Do you believe it's A, B, or C? Which do you believe it is? A, B, or C? I have actually seen C live, and that was hilarious. What is it? You going with B? B as in boy.
Ooh.
Answer is B.
Woo,
Yes.
Yeah,
High five. Nice job. About time.
So mean, Dustin. So mean.
Okay,
she ain't
next.
taking
Let's
any
get our
of
high
that.
schooler up here. She's a fighter. She loves it. She loves it. All right, here we go. This is for the win. You get this right, and you're 3-0. Oh, yeah. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. Okay. Barely anyone is helping you out, so I don't know if you're going to get any good help.
Brings me so much joy.
Don't get no help. All right, turn around. Do you believe it is A, B, or C? Which one do you believe that it is? What do you think? Oh, she's stumped a little bit. Okay, what did you say? A? She's going with A. The answer is A. How did she do this?
You've been on a roll, yeah.
The only thing I can say is this is the GIF queen. Queen of the GIFs. Queen of the GIFs. Would you like to go
I
again
don't even
just
know
to
if I
see if
can
you
even
can get
argue
another one
anymore
right?
at this point.
Okay,
Not
very
just-
good. We're gonna let you. This one's worth 1 point. Okay, good. All right, here we go. We're gonna do one more. Let's do one more. Even though you've lost and you're a loser, we're still gonna let you go. All right, everybody act it out. Everybody act it out. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was about to go in a different direction. I'm not gonna lie. And how that started, I was thinking something else was gonna happen. I was. But like there's a little squat happening. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, turn around. Do you believe it's A, B, or C? Which one do you think it is? A, B, or C? Which one? You going with C?
See.
Answer is C. Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations.
Nice
Yes.
work. Nice.
Now you only lost by a point. So congratulations.
Yeah,
Give
way
it
to
up for our
finish
contestants.
strong.
Middle school lost tonight.
Woo!
That's okay. Hey, wait. Whoa. We started a new segment to this prize. You can either win the prize right in front of you called the Northside Students Water Bottle. Woo! Yes. Northside Students Water Bottle, presented to you by Philip. Okay, so you've got that. So this is nice. I even saw someone drinking out of one. There it is. Drinking out of. Look at that. He's enjoying drinking out of his bottle.
Yeah.
How nice is that bottle? It's good. See what I'm saying? Or you can go with, I need you to sell it.
Okay.
Or you can go with the mystery box. Now, the mystery box may have something awesome. It may have something not so great. Last week, it had a bunch of packets in it, like taco sauce and
packets.
ketchup and mayonnaise
Thank you,
and stuff like
Phillip.
that. Yep. And I can tell you this, I tell Philip, don't tell me what's in it. So I have no idea, but you can even feel it if you want to feel how heavy it
You wanna
is.
feel it?
It's actually got a little weight to it.
It's a good weight.
It could actually be gold. I don't know. I don't know. So, would you like to go with the safe pick? Or would you rather risk it all and go with the mystery box?
Dun, dun, dun.
She's going with the mystery box, people. Here we go.
Woo!
Mystery box.
Yes.
Okay, we're ready. Open it up. We're all
Open it
dying
up
to know
for
what's
us.
in there.
We gotta know. We gotta know.
Here it is.
What is it?
Here it is.
What is it? What is it?
Oh,
Baby food.
baby food. She
Really?
got, and then she said I could use this. Don't tell us what for. Don't tell her. She said I have a baby sister. Okay, very good. Give it congratulations tonight to our winner.
Yeah.
Enjoy the baby food.
For whatever reason.
Yeah. We're going to find out she does have a baby sister. And we're like, what are you doing with the baby food? Nope, don't remember that at all.
No.
That sounds like a horrible thing to do. Let's turn it over to Mr. Phillip. He's got a quick announcement for us.
Thanks. At least Joe Keats clapped for me. Thanks, Joe. All right, so hey, I don't need your pity claps. All right, I don't need your pity claps. So real quick before we get started, we have a program that we do here at this church called Backpack Buddies. Anybody ever heard of that? Nope. So what Backpack Buddies is, there are a lot of kids at y'all schools and a lot of the schools in this county who don't have a lot of money, thus don't have a lot of food. A lot of kids that are on free and reduced lunch at school. And because of their family's income, that really is the main source of nutrition they have is school lunch. And what that means for a lot of them, Friday afternoon is their last real meal that they get until Monday morning. And I know that doesn't seem like a reality to a lot of us, because when we tell mom there's no food in the pantry, what we mean is there's nothing that I feel like eating right now in the pantry. But for some students that y'all go to school with, and maybe some of our students here, the reality is that there just isn't enough food in the pantry. And so what Northside has done is we've got a ministry together where we send bags home in their backpacks where it's not in front of everybody that you see them, getting this bag of food, and we put it in their backpacks for them, and it provides them, and if we know that they have siblings or people like that in their house, we give a little extra for them, some food over the weekend until they can make it back to get some more lunch. Because even for those who aren't in school right now, they're still providing the lunches during the week, but they don't have that on the weekend. So what does that have to do with us? We're going to have a contest over the next 2 weeks in small groups. What they need the most right now, they got a lot of canned goods and stuff like that to go home, but the things that they're missing the most are things like Pop-Tarts, snacks, even things like fruit snacks to go with some of the meals. And does anybody know like those little mac and cheese cups that you just put some water in and heat them up and it's like instant Kraft mac and cheese? And some of those kind of things. So that's the things that they need the most to be able to continue filling these bags for these students to go home on the weekend. So we're going to do a contest over the next 2 weeks. The small group that brings in the most things over the next 2 weeks, the week after that, I'm going to buy your small group pizza. I'm going to buy your small group ice cream and sundaes, and y'all get to eat it in front of everybody while we're here, just your small group, whoever brings the most over the next 2 weeks. How long do you have? I literally just said 2 weeks, and 4 of y'all said 3 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Not Little Caesars. I will buy you good pizza, not cardboard, real pizza out of my pocket. What's that?
Gas station pizza.
Yes, gas station pizza. That actually isn't that bad. Gas station pizza is not that bad. So we've got 2 weeks to bring those things in. If you don't remember, ask your small group leaders. They'll remember what it is. Macaroni and cheese, little snack things of crackers, Pop-Tarts, fruit snacks. You can even do like little bags of chips, just snacks to go with the lunches, all right? So for the next 2 weeks. So tonight we're going to talk about Jonah. Who here knows the story of Jonah? Who can give me like, Riley, you got your hand up. Give me like a short, like 3 or 4 sentence summary of Jonah. Okay, so you don't really know Jonah. How about you, Keach?
He got in a boat filled up with animals and waited.
That was Noah. Jonah did not get in a boat, nor did he fill it up with animals. Well, he did get in a boat, but he didn't fill it up with animals. So I will tell you guys about Jonah because obviously we really need a lesson on Jonah. So this was very timely. Dustin, I don't want to embarrass you by having you give the wrong answer. So we're going to be in the book of Jonah. He's got his own book. It's a hard book to find because it's a short book in the middle of a bunch of other short books towards the end of the Old Testament. So you may need to use your table of contents. If you have one of the Bibles that we've given you guys, it's on page 947. So that'll give you a little shortcut to get there if you've got one of the Jesus Center Bibles that we give out. What's that? Or you can just look it up on your phone and then you just need to type in Jonah, not Noah, and it'll send you there. So we see a phrase in the book of Jonah that actually appears 105 different times throughout Scripture, or some variation of it that's very close. And that phrase is, but God. And it's always a game-changing phrase every time we see it throughout the Bible. Whenever we come across it, everything after those words is radically different just because God has inserted himself in the middle of whatever's going on. What? That's not good? Yeah, all right. And the reason that phrase, but God, is such a game changer, even for us today, is because it means that no matter who you are, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what mistakes you've made, no matter what your situation looks like, God can make things different. The phrase also points to a greater truth that we see throughout the book of Jonah. It's the truth that God is active in the world today. God's an active God. He didn't just stick the batteries in and get this thing spinning and then just kind of sit back at a distance. He doesn't just watch us like some Netflix series kind of wondering what's going to happen next. He's an active God in the world. And sometimes I think we can forget that. Sometimes we look around and things aren't going real good the way that we look at it. And things that happen kind of seem random or seem like they just don't have meaning. And we can kind of forget that God still has the ability to change things. And that he is active in our world, because the Bible portrays a very different view of God than an inactive God sitting out from a distance. He may be working behind the scenes, but he's always, always working. Now, the book of Jonah is a story about a man who runs from God and about how God runs after that man. Jonah runs from God's will, he runs from God's calling on his life, and he runs from his responsibility, but God. So if you've got your Bible open to Jonah, we're going to start at the very beginning, Jonah chapter 1, verse 1, and it says this: The Lord gave this message to Jonah, the son of Amittai. Get up and go to the great city of Nineveh. Announce my judgment against it, because I've seen how wicked its people are. But Jonah got up and went in the opposite direction to get away from the Lord. He went down to the port of Joppa, where he found a ship leaving for Tarshish. He bought a ticket and went on board, hoping to escape from the Lord by sailing to Tarshish. But the Lord hurled a powerful wind over the sea, causing a violent storm that threatened to break the ship apart. So God tells Jonah, get up, go to this place. I want you to go preach here. And Jonah says, no thanks. And so he goes, and he goes to a place where they got a bunch of boats, and he gets on one that's going in the opposite direction. And as he's going, God sends this storm. He says, that's not where I told you to go, so we're going to get you turned around. And he sends this storm, and the storm is so violent that it threatens to sink the ship. And all these other sailors on there who don't know Jonah, they're wondering what's going on. They're throwing everything off, trying to figure out whatever they can to try to save their ship as it's starting to tear apart. And they're asking everybody why this is happening. And finally, they get to Jonah, and they start interviewing him and interrogating him. And Jonah says, look, it's my fault. God told me to do this. I just said no thank you, and if you throw me off the side, then things will be better. And so after some convincing, that's what they do. They throw him off the side, and then verse 17 says, now the Lord had arranged for a great fish to swallow Jonah. And Jonah was inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. Then Jonah prayed to the Lord, his God, from inside the fish. That's kind of amazing to me that that's when Jonah decides to pray. Jonah's in the middle of a storm. He doesn't think now's the time. Jonah gets thrown off, and he's treading water in the middle of the ocean, just kind of waiting to drown. He doesn't think that's the time to pray. He gets swallowed by a fish and is living inside of a fish's stomach. And if you think what gets processed and comes out the back end smells bad, imagine being in there while the work's happening. So he's inside of here. It's dark. It's nasty. You don't know what's crawling on him, what kind of sludge he's sitting in. And for 3 days, he's just kind of there. And after 3 full days, he says, okay, now I think it's just about the right time for me to pray. And so he finally does. And there's a couple really important things that I want us to see about this story. The first is that God's call does not guarantee your success. God's call does not guarantee your success. And I know that sounds like something that you're not normally going to hear from a platform in a church. The first verse we read said, the Lord gave this message to Jonah. So God called Jonah. And God told him exactly where he wanted him to go. He says, I want you to go to this place called Nineveh. But we see clearly, not even 2 verses later, Jonah just said no. So let me fill you on a little history as to why. So Nineveh was the capital of the Assyrian Empire, which was a huge, huge enemy of Israel, okay? To such the point that soon after this, or a little while after this, they would actually capture and enslave 10 of the 12 tribes of Israel. So they hate each other. This capital happens to be about 550 miles away, northeast of where Jonah is. The place he ends up heading towards is about 2,500 miles in the exact opposite direction. Jonah literally goes to the farthest place that he can possibly reach to get away from God's calling. So there's a question for you. Has God placed a calling on your life? And I can answer that for you if you can't answer it to me. The answer is yes. If you've been saved, if you're a Christian, then you've been saved for a purpose, and your purpose is his purpose, which means every single Christian in this room has a calling. We're all called to something. Everyone has a next step towards spiritual growth, a next step towards service or involvement or even mission. And some of you might be thinking, well, I've never heard God call me. And that's probably because a lot of us are waiting for James Earl Jones, that's Darth Vader for those of y'all who don't know, to speak this thundering, booming voice out of heaven to say, Haley, this is your mission. And we're waiting for this man behind the curtain moment, this magic moment that just interrupts time and space, and we don't get that. But maybe the problem isn't that God's not speaking to us. Maybe the problem is that you're just not listening for God. Maybe, like Jonah, you've already determined exactly where you're going to go. You've already decided your direction. You already decided what you're going to do. So you don't really need to listen to God because you've already got this. Now, for those who don't know the story or what happens with Jonah, he eventually does obey. After 3 days, right after Jonah finishes that prayer, the fish vomits him up on a beach, which, as nasty as that is, I think shows a lot of favor and grace from God, because he had one other option on how to get him out of there, and I would much rather him throw me up than poop me out. And so he throws Jonah up, and then Jonah eventually does obey. He does go to Nineveh, and he does see incredible success. This city of about 600,000 people all turn to God and trust him. So eventually he goes, and eventually he sees success, but only after a lot of time is wasted, and after Jonah's had to go through a lot of pain and suffering. Because see, from a worldly perspective, in 2021, if Jonah was here right now, we'd be cheering for Jonah all over the news. We'd say, way to go, Jonah. That's a step towards freedom and liberation and upward mobility. You're asserting your self-will, and you're doing your thing. You're following your passions and not letting anything hold you back. But here's the reality. No matter what your passion is, no matter how fervently you go, a step away from God is a step towards destruction. So why did Jonah run? This guy's a prophet. Does anybody know what a prophet's job is? Literally, their whole job description would just say, I speak for God. That's their whole job description. This literally is what he does. And yet he becomes the worst missionary in history. So why did he do it? I've got a few possibilities. Number one, it was tough. 550 miles, there wasn't a boat going there. He had to cross the desert. That's a tough trip. He's going to get here, this Hebrew guy going to this place and start telling them about a God that they've never heard of. It's probably not going to be received very well. So maybe it was too tough for him. The second, maybe it was too dangerous. These people were not a kind people. They were infamous for their brutality. There was another prophet in the Bible named Nahum who went there, and he said of it, it's a bloody city full of bodies and countless corpses. This city was known for new and innovative ways to torture people to death. So maybe Jonah was scared. Maybe God told him to go, and he thought, I don't want that to be the last thing I do. And so maybe he was scared. The truth is that none of these are the answer. The real reason Jonah ran from God and didn't go to Nineveh wasn't because it was too tough, and it wasn't because it was too dangerous. It's because he didn't like the people. He doesn't want to go to Nineveh because he knew that his preaching would actually work. Chapter 3, verse 10 tells us, when God saw what they'd done and how they put a stop to their evil ways, he changed his mind. And he didn't carry out the destruction he threatened. This change of plans greatly upset Jonah, and he became very angry. So Jonah's preaching just worked. He goes to this place that is known as some really bad dudes. They're doing all kind of crazy stuff. He preaches to over 500,000 people that, hey, you've got to stop or God's about to take y'all out. And they listen. And it works. And the people turn from their ways, and God has mercy on them. And you would think this prophet, this guy who speaks for God, would think, man, that's awesome. Not this guy. He sits in a corner and he pouts. It says he complained to the Lord about it. Didn't I say before I left home that you would do this? That's why I ran away to Tarshish. So he says right here, this is why I left. I knew that you are a merciful and compassionate God, slow to get angry and filled with unfailing love. You're eager to turn back from destroying people. Just kill me now, Lord. I'd rather be dead than alive if what I predicted will not happen. So he's saying, look, I knew it. It's the whole reason I didn't want to come here. I don't like them. And I knew that if I came out here, they were going to hear me, and then you were going to forgive them. Because you've got grace and mercy. And man, look, for us, that's great. I want your grace and mercy and your love and your forgiveness in my life, but not for them. And so he's whining and pouting because the people that he doesn't love, God does. See, he's a prejudiced prophet who would rather be bitter than embrace God's forgiveness. And we all know those kind of people that would rather just stay bitter because it's more comfortable. But God called Jonah But just the fact that God called him, it didn't guarantee his success. See, Jonah had to make the choice to obey God. Here's the second thing that I want you to take away tonight is that knowing the truth is not the same as doing the truth. I mentioned that after 3 days inside the stomach, Jonah prayed, and we're not going to read that whole prayer, but chapter 2, basically that whole chapter is Jonah's prayer. And if you read through that, at least 11 times he references scripture from the Old Testament. Jonah knew the Bible well. He referenced Psalms and Lamentations and Job. He knew the scriptures well. But just knowing the scripture didn't give Jonah a godly life. Because knowing the truth is not the same as doing it. You know, I've told you guys before, some of y'all may not have heard, but when I was little, I was in church on the drug program. If the doors were open, they drug my butt there every single time. As a early 20-something, I was no more saved than Satan himself, but I knew more about the Bible than most of my Christian friends. Here's the fact we don't like to think about. Satan knows the Bible better than any preacher that has ever lived on this earth. But knowing the Bible is not the same thing as doing it. Jesus said, "Why do you call me Lord, but then you don't do what I tell you to?" I think that's a pretty fair question. Why do you keep calling me Lord, but that you refuse to do anything that I ask? And see, I think sometimes as believers, we have this really big problem that we don't really believe what we believe. I'm going to say that one more time. We don't really believe what we believe. So there's two forms of theology. In other words, the way that we view God, what we think about God. There's prescribed theology, and then there's practical theology. Now, our prescribed theology, or what we say, what we tell people, what we profess that we believe is Jesus is Lord, right? For anybody in here who's a Christian, that's what we'll say. Jesus is my Lord. That's our prescribed theology, what we put out. But our practical theology, which is the way that we actually live our lives, says, no, he isn't. I am. Because see, if Jesus is Lord, then why do we lie to our parents? If Jesus is Lord, why do we talk back to our parents? If Jesus is Lord, why do we cuss and talk so filthy as soon as we're outside of this building or there's no adults around? If Jesus is Lord, then why do we spend all of our time on Netflix and playing video games where we can't carve out 10 minutes a day because we just can't find the extra time for God to read our Bible or pray? If Jesus is Lord, why do we cheat on our test? If Jesus is Lord, why do we get our identity from social media rather than what God says? Because the reality is when we say Jesus is Lord, sometimes what we really mean is Jesus is Lord as long as he doesn't interfere with my desires. Because when God's will and my will come to a head, and they always will, I'm in charge. I've always liked the story of the goat in the jungle. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this. It says there was a goat in the jungle, and he wanted to be a lion. And he thought, if I can walk like a lion, sound like a lion, and go where lions go, then I'm going to be a lion. And so he spends weeks working on his strut, trying to walk like a lion does. And when he feels like he's got that down, he starts trying to get that goat bleep and trying to make it more ferocious sounding and trying to get louder and louder. And when he really thinks he's got those things down, that he can walk like one and he can sound like one, he's only got one thing left to do. He's got to go where lions go. So he decides that tomorrow at lunchtime, I'm going where lions go. And he went. And that's the end of the story. Because that's the end of the goat. See, the goat had the right speech, but he didn't have the right stuff. And sometimes we think that if we go where Christians go, if we talk how Christians talk and we sing the songs that Christians sing, then that means we are one. That just by showing up at midweek or maybe hitting next steps every now and then on Sunday mornings, that somehow is going to make me a Christian. See, Jonah's prescribed theology, what he believed about God, it didn't line up with his practical theology, the way he chose to live. And when Jonah's will and God's will collided, Jonah chose his, and he chose to be Lord of his own life. And that cost Jonah. It cost him a lot. God's purpose was ultimately still accomplished, but Jonah paid a really heavy price in the process. And so that's my challenge to you guys. If you're a Christian, God has placed a call on your life. Period. But you have a choice. You get to either be obedient to that call, or you get to choose to be the Lord of your own life. But if you choose that path, there's a penalty to pay. Let me pray for you. Father, we love you. Just grateful for every student who came here tonight. God, I know this wasn't a super feel-good message, but God, I feel like it's what you put on my heart to deliver. And God, I pray that in our small group time, and even as we leave here and as we spend some time at home over the next few days, that we'll really examine ourselves and see really who is Lord of our life. And no doubt for everyone here, including the ones standing on the stage, there are areas where we are the Lord of our own life. Areas that we have to be willing to submit and give up and give back to you where they belong. And God, I just pray that you'll give us the wisdom and the discernment. And I pray that you'll give us the courage to do those things even when it's not the cool and popular thing to do around us. Even when it doesn't feel as good at first to have to give up control. God, I just pray that you'll be with our discussion tonight and with us through the next week. I ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Y'all are free to go to your small groups. If you don't know where to go, come see me up here.